So guys, welcome to the channel. I've chucked you in halfway through doing this. A little bit of wrenching on the Schumacher Rascal. So I've already been doing some work on this and I thought, well, maybe I should just hit record so you can see what I'm doing before we take it out, or potentially, if I can get it running properly, take it out for a run. You're not seeing double. This is a used one, and then I'm probably going to say this on quite a few videos. If you look up here, you'll see a recent haul of about 30, I think it's 34 cars that I got, including some really old rare stuff, and and this was in the and this was part of it, a brand new one. This is all boxed, unused, really nice looking micro nitro. I am not really a massive fan of nitros, however, because there's two, I'm going to get rid of the brand new one and I'm going to freshen this one up, clean it out, get it running. I've got some new bits and pieces for it, and then we're going to take it for a rip, because I think these things are meant to be a bit crazy. I think these are about, I reckon, about 15 years old. They're quite old. I have checked the engine. I've taken the cooling head off. I've given a little bit of, put a tiny little thin layer of oil on the cylinder, piston's fine, put a new glow plug in it, and I've cleaned the fuel tank, because the fuel tank was, someone had left fuel in it from however many years ago, and it was all gelled in at the bottom. It's actually got fresh fuel in there now, but it's all gelled in there. So I put some petrol, put some gasoline in there, let it soak a bit, rinsed it all out, cleaned the pipes out, turned it over, and I have had this thing running. So I do know it runs. It's probably just going to need a bit of tuning and stuff like that. Other things it needs, it's got a broken shock, so it's just the top of the shock there. So I bought some new shock bodies, and also bought some new tyres. So you can see these ones, these are on the back and they're quite worn out. I did swap the tyres round, but the fronts aren't glued, whereas the rears were. So I think I'm going to probably glue these ones, and then I'm going to put the new tyres on these rims if I can get. I've still got a bit of work to do getting these off, but I'm going to put the new tyres on the front and like the older ones on the rear. Put the shocks together. The body is in decent condition, no stickers on it, but I did have the stickers in the box, so we'll get the body freshened up and then we'll take it for a drive. It's in pretty good condition. It's a bit scraped underneath, but everything seems to work. Everything's there. The last thing we're going to do as well, it comes with a stick controller, which I don't really like because it doesn't help me when I'm filming. So we're just going to stick, this is it's a Dumbo RC, but it's an RGT branded one, but I'm going to stick that in so it gives me a bit more flexibility for one, driving, because I prefer driving these, and two, I can record a bit better if I'm driving one-handed. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this shock, and I'm going to change the shock body over, get that fitted back on, and I'm going to get the tyres, the remaining tyre or remaining rubber off the rims, put the tyres on, and we'll come back and see where we are. Well, you can call me lazy if you want, but I've given up on these. That glue or whatever's been on there has been there for a long time, and I haven't got the patience to remove that or stick it in acetone or anything like that to get them off. So I've taken the wheels off of the new one, and I've ordered some new wheels. So there'll be some new wheels coming for the new one, and I'll just stick these on here for now. I'm going to put the brand new ones on the front, and then the old ones can go on the rear, and I'll glue them tyres on. And then I'll order another new set and a new pair of tyres for the back, so we've got fresh rubber all round. Anyway, this has saved me a fair bit of time. Suspension's all done at the front as well. I took the other side off and re-oiled it, because the oil in there, when I took the broken side off, the oil was disgusting. It was like, well, not much in there, and it was really thin and grey and horrible. So it's got fresh oil in the fronts. Off camera I shall take the rear off and sort them out, but that is the front end done. I like what they do with theirs. They've got a nice big bearing in there, and then you've got little four little prongs that the wheel goes into. Obviously, if you want to fit different wheels, you've got to get some adapters, but you can get 12mm hex adapters. I think we can get a few different types of adapters for them. Fit your own wheels, but I really like these. It actually came with a set. The new one came with a set of alloys in the box, but I've taken these off. I think these are really rare. I think they're actually probably more sought after than the actual truck itself. So do a little bit of digging, they might be a little bit of a gold mine. There might be a little bit of a gem that I've found there. Right, now I'm going to take the old radio gear out, stick the new one in, and then we're going to set it up and see if we can get it running. Well, that's the old radio box and stuff. You have to undo every single bolt on this top plate to slide this out, because it's got a couple of little keyways in there. Anyway, this is the old stuff. Right, so we got to stick these back in. Should look before I pulled them out, really, shouldn't I? Right, I had it connected to the wrong port, so throttle, steering. I think we're good. So I tuck all that back in, glue the rear tyres, get the stickers on the body, and then we're going to start this thing up, make sure it starts, make sure we get it idling, then we're going to take it out for a run. Right, let's prime it first. I adjusted the throttle trim and maybe it was a little bit wild on the start. Anyway, it starts, it's going to idle, it's a bit late so I'm not going to leave it running tonight. Let's go set this up and let's take it for a run. I'm a bit of a noob when it comes to nitros, so I apologise if I'm doing any of this wrong. Don't hate me for it. But this should, let's prime it first. Right, I'm going to leave you with some quality voiceover now because it's way too windy to be talking. This thing though, is a monster. So I did have a few times where it cut out, but I think it definitely needs tuning, and like I said, I'm not really all that familiar with nitro. I think it looks like it's running okay. Just looking, checking the smoke coming out. I know that if it's too rich, you get too much smoke. If it's too lean, you don't get enough smoke. Then generally it was running fine. Once it had warmed up, didn't have hardly any issues with it. However, on this surface, I couldn't really get it full throttle anyway. So this thing's crazy.
Going back to the surface, not the right surface to run this on, especially that short wheelbase, all that power going to them rear wheels, and even with the grippy tyres, just sliding, as you can see, all over the place. I'm really pleased this is in the collection actually, because although I'm not a Nitro fan, I definitely do enjoy running them. The noise, the smell, the power, it just makes it a little bit more enjoyable than electric when you've got all that noise and you're actually driving something with a real motor in it rather than powered by electric. We'll be laughing at internal combustion engines in 50 years time probably, when everyone's driving electric. Anyway, I'm going to let you watch the rest of this video. I've not bothered with, well, there's a very small bit of music just on the outro. The rest of it, no point putting music or a montage with a Nitro. Just listening to it, watching it, kicking all that dirt up is enough, I think, for this video. Cheers for watching. Remember, hit that subscribe button. I've got loads more cars to show you and loads more stuff coming up and new stuff on the channel, new reviews and stuff like that. Cheers for watching. See you next time.